Hey guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Boost! Peekaboo. I see you because I'm YouTube famous now. Available on HOA Election Day, the album. Dad, president of the HOA. Shimmy, shimmy, Av. Awake in the morning and I step outside and I take a deep breath and I get real high. Say, what's going on? Boost! Hey little thing, let me light your candle, cause the mama I'm sure hard to handle now. Mess around. It's not mess around. Oh my God. Those are the lyrics I used to say. Hey little thing, let me light your candle. I don't know what this is right now, but this is fun. I don't know what this is. I'm not high. I'm completely sober. Over 29 years, but this is fun. Hey little thing, let me light your candle, cause mama, I'm sure hard to handle now. Yes, I am. How are you guys doing today? Yo, Janet, I'm about to get this. You want this, but do you really think that you can get this out first? Deep breath. At first you dissed us, now you want to kiss this. Tom, girls! I wish my neighbor would have crossed the street and she'd yell, too late, you missed this, because we need a man that's swift, quick, and clever, ready at the drop of a dime to do whatever, not trying to front or fake to save face, because I'm with that day, anytime, any place. Tell him, Jay, you want this? It's the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine. Boost! What else could I add to that mega mix? That mega mix. Oh my God, that was it. What else could I add to that? That's great, it starts with an earthquake, birds and snakes and airplanes. Lenny Bruce is not afraid. Eye of the hurricane, listen to yourself, turn world, shake its own knees, gums, wrong knees, feet, not speak, grunt, no streak, the loud, clatter with fear, fight, down, high. Woo! Man, I'm on fire today. I'm not even high. I'm not. No, completely sober. Oh my God, completely sober. See, I don't have to get high to get on video and have some fun. Apparently, though, James Charles' makeup skills are so bad that he has to get high to get on video. Did you hear about this? No, listen. So, today, I started... Okay, we need to bring it in for a little bit. This is very, very serious. This is not going to be a long video today, okay? Because, let me tell you what happened. All right, so, last night, my husband and I, we watched The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Reunion Part 2. Then we watched, first we watched Vanderpump Rules. We got caught up on that this week. Then we watched Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Reunion Part 2. Then we watched Real Housewives of Miami Reunion Part 3, the finale of that. Then we watched Traitors, the finale, and then we watched Traitors, the reunion. And if you want to know what I think about the finale of Traitors, go over to my reality TV channel. I have a somebody said to me, you have a reality TV channel? It's the first thing underneath every single one of my videos in the description box. Yes, I have a reality TV channel. I have 7 channels. It's called Peter's Reality TV Recaps and Opinions. And I talk all about the Traitors over there today. So we watched all that, and then it was like 1:30 in the morning. I was just getting started. My husband was so tired, right? He was like, I have to go to bed. I was like, no swans? I gotta find out what happens to my swans with Truman Capote. But anyway, we're gonna save that tonight with RuPaul's Drag Race and all that stuff. So anyway, so that was last night, and then I got up today, and I was so tired. My little dog, Boo Radley, every night when I go to sleep, he starts getting up and wanting to be dancing around the bed and things like that. And I was so tired, and he was wanting to go outside. Took him outside, brought him back up, got him treats. He didn't want to lay down. He was standing over me, just looking at me and things like that. I'm like, listen, I know I'm pretty, okay, but you don't have to stand there and look at me like that. When you look at your dog in bed, does your dog ever just like, you've taken him outside, you've gotten him food, you've gotten him treats, they've done all that stuff, you get him comfortable in their little Costco blanket that you got him for $7.50, right? You get them all comfortable, and then they stand up and they just look at you, and you're like, what do you want? And you so bad want to go back to 6th grade and say, take a picture, it lasts longer. To your dog. You want to say that to your dog, you know? But anyway, oh, there's my neighbor across the street. I haven't seen her in a minute. Hey, neighbor. Is she getting her mail? Hey, neighbor. Hey, listen, you don't want to know how many days until the pool opens? I was just thinking about this the other day. I got real sad, and then I got happy because the pool's about to open. We closed the pool down. We were the last 2 in the pool, remember? We were the last 2 at the pool. It was a sad moment. 83 days. 83 days, 6 hours, and 37 minutes. You think you can make it?
Hopefully
gotta tell the HOA board, because you're on it, that she and I want to be head of the pool committee.
I think that Kathy Churches has been doing it.
I think I'm gonna run for the HOA president this year. I think the time, you gonna be vice president with me?
Oh, hell no.
Oh, hell no. You're trying to get off the board. Oh my God, I saw that show come up on Netflix that you guys were watching that you love. It's called Call a Midwife. Call the Midwife. I saw that come up and I was like, oh my Lord, my neighbor loves that show. I can't be watching that show. It was good. What are you watching right now?
Nothing. We're in a dry spell.
You're in a dry spell? See, people don't think from Indiana we got Southern accents, but you got a Southern accent. You're born and raised, went to the same high school as me.
I can go Southern real easy.
We can go Southern real easy. It's shake and bake, and I helped. I just stopped the camera because she started saying some personal things about people in the HOA in the neighborhood. She ain't supposed to talk like that. She's on the HOA board. She don't even want to be on the HOA board. She wants to get rid of it. But anyway, so what was I saying? Awake in the morning and step outside. I was talking about James Charles getting high in a makeup video. Oh, so this is what happened. So I woke up today, right? After doing all that kind of stuff. I was so tired. My little dog, we were out late. I told you he didn't want to go to bed last night, right? And so I woke up today and I was like, it's Friday. Don't nobody watch videos on Fridays. I'm making no videos today. I'm going to film a vlog and that's going to be it today, right? And then I was sitting out here and I thought, well, I have these t-shirts and I got all this other stuff online, so I'll do a haul for my Peter Does stuff. So I did a haul, then I turned around and I did a Peterisms video. Oh my God, it was so good. The meditation that we read today, it was so good. Yesterday's and today's, the meditations were so good. Listen, if you are not watching my Peterisms channel, you are not getting the Spirit of the Lord in you. Today's was about surrendering, so I loved it so much. Told a personal story about my mom. I started crying, of course, and stuff like that, you know. But then I turned around and I was like, oh, I had been cleaning out the basement. That's why I was so tired, because I've been working so hard in this damn basement cleaning it out. And so I had found this stuff that I bought like a long time ago to review. So I showed all that over my review channel today. And then I did a recap and my opinions about traders. I filmed 4 videos just sitting there writing around. Some people can't put videos out about once every 2 to 4 weeks. Jacqueline Hill. But you know, listen, they're like, you know, but you don't edit. No, she don't edit. Have you not heard her own video? She says, I sent it off to my editor. My editor couldn't get it back to me in time, okay? Listen, if I had an editor, my editor couldn't edit my videos as fast as I film them, okay? So she can't even film a video about every 4 weeks. I'm filming 4 videos in 1 hour, sitting in my living room on my computer with my dog and my husband taking a nap upstairs. People want to call me lazy. But anyway, so I filmed those 4 videos, right? And then I was getting ready to come out here and I was going to film my vlog, you know? And I started getting bombarded with text messages. And then I was like, oh, let's see if anybody even wants to hear about this. So I went to my Instagram and a bunch of people were sending this to me all about James Charles getting high in this video. It's called High Makeup Tutorial, okay? Hi, sisters. Bye, sisters. Okay, so, but before I get to that, no, seriously, it's been brought to my attention, like this is a really serious moment, okay? So, okay. I didn't know if I should make this like a separate video where I dress like, you know, time to time things come up in my videos that I really, really need to, like address here. Like this is really serious. This is a serious moment, okay? I don't want anybody to like, I know I'm gonna talk about James Charles in a second, it'll be funny. I don't ever know like, should I make like a 6-minute video just addressing like something really serious, or should I just include it in a funny video? Like I never know what to do, you know? And if I include it in a funny video, then people are like, oh, that was inappropriate, you shouldn't have included it in a funny video. And if I make a whole video about it, then people are like, oh, you're crying and feeling sorry for yourself again and all that, whatever. So I never know what to do. So here I'm just gonna, this is my truth, I'm telling my truth today. People always are like, what's your truth? What's the truth? And what's the difference? I don't know. Sometimes I say my truth and sometimes I say the truth. And you know, I was watching Vanderpump Rules last night. I have some weird opinions about that show this season. Like, one, it's going to be the last season of Vanderpump Rules ever. I think this is what's going to happen, okay? So we're already seeing the wave turn, and everybody's, like, not liking Ariana, and they call her Queen Ariana and all that kind of stuff. And then people are starting to like Tom Sandoval. Tom Sandoval's going to have his redemption arc over the course of this season. And then next season, the way that they're going to get people to come back and watch it is that Raquel's going to come back. I'm telling you right now, I think that's what's going to happen with Vanderpump Rules. If Raquel does not come back, the show is... it's done, okay? It's so boring. And so anyway, but she said something about, well, this is, I think it was her. Maybe it was her, maybe it wasn't her, maybe it was somebody on one of the housewives. I don't know, I get them all mixed up. But they said, well, this is my truth, okay, about my story. And in that moment, like, I was like, oh, I get when people say, like, my truth. Like, my truth is, like, what I experienced, okay? That's different than the truth, okay? Because some people don't experience things. Like, I just read this book last night. Oh, my God! I finished this book last night. It was so good, about Lisa Jewell, and it was called None of This is True. And you finish the book, and you're like, well, what was true? What wasn't true? Was none of it true? Was that what was titled that? Some people believe things that aren't true. So, like, their truth and the truth are two completely different things, okay? And I'm not saying that that's not the case with me, but sometimes, you know, like, it's important for me to get on here and tell my truth and whatever. But anyway, that's beside the point. I need to address something serious that's been going on since the beginning of the year, okay? Well, really, it started last year, but it went into this year. And it's really serious, and a lot of people have brought it to my attention, and it took something, it was like a kind gesture that somebody did for me that really made me see the truth. And I just want to say I really, really appreciate it. And that person's name is Sharon. I want to say, Sharon, thank you. I really appreciate it. And for those of you out there that watch my Peter Does Stuff channel, you already know what I'm talking about. So Sharon was kind enough to send me these two stuffed animals. This one is a deer. Now, I know it's a deer because it says deer on it. And this one's a moose, okay? And it says a moose, so I know it's a moose on there. Now, you can tell, because Sharon sent these to me and this was so kind, that there is a vast difference in these two animals, okay? That should be my thumbnail. So many people would watch that just for the moose and the deer gate. Okay, there is a huge difference between these two stuffed animals. I now see the difference, okay? Sharon, who thought she was being cute and funny by sending me these stuffed animals, which she was, and I think it's fantastic, and I live for it all day long, okay? But she really helped me see the difference, okay? These are not the same animal. I know that now. I know that now, Sharon, okay? So anyway, I had to come over here and I had to address that because, you know, whenever, I'm not somebody that shies away from the truth. The truth, my truth, your truth, I don't care whose truth it is, okay? I'm not afraid to come and address my scandals online. And Moosegate has been my scandal of 2024. So if I have to address Moosegate every single video, fuck it, I will. Alright, so let's get into this whole James Charles thing. So all these people were sending me this thing, and they're like, oh my God, mama, because he says mama in this video, right? And they're like, oh, James Charles got high in a makeup video. I'm like, she do? Okay. I mean, James Charles, like, is she 30 now? I mean, he's like 30, he's like 25 or something like that, so he gets high. Okay, big deal, you know? I think that people, because I got a lot of DMs. When I went and looked, people were like, I want to know what your opinion is. I think that people think that because I'm sober, let me pull you in a little bit. We're gonna do like kind of old vlog style over here, okay, for a second. So, I think that people think that because I'm sober, so for those of you that don't know, that are watching this video for the first time, it's Friday. When I was in 6th grade, and when I was in 6th grade, and it was a Friday, we used to go to the ice skating rink, and we would like ice skate and buy nachos and things like that. I don't know why you're in 6th grade watching a Peter Monn video about your favorite influencer of the world, James Charles, but you could probably just talk to him in your DMs. I mean, he'd probably have a conversation with you. He might even ask you to get high. I'm just saying, you might get lucky. He might give you a plane ticket, okay? And you might have to just miss the rest of 6th grade because he might just send you a plane ticket and then you can go out there and you can get high with James Charles and do makeup all day long. Oh my God, that would be so much fun. See, that's a problem with it, right? Right there, that's the fucking problem with it. Okay? Because we already know who James Charles' audience is. His audience ain't people my age. His audience ain't people that are 40. If they're 30-year-olds and y'all are out there and you're 30, okay, and you condone and are watching a known predator that was having inappropriate conversations with minors, if you're 30 years old, what the fuck is wrong with you, okay? If you are out there endorsing and supporting somebody like that. If you're 25 years old and you're not an influencer that's trying to ride the coattails of James Charles, what is wrong with you? You should know better, okay? I'm just calling it out how it is. I am so tired of this. He says in there, he starts explaining about why he gets high. I was like not going to watch the whole video, and I was like, no, he'll say something in this video that I want to remember, right? So I watched the whole video. 12 minutes and something of him getting high and acting like he's, you know, oh my God, should I Uber some Taco Bell? I'm like, is this your Tana Mojo era? Like, is this like, you know how like Taylor Swift has her 1400 eras? Is this your like Tana Mojo era of you like getting high on camera and acting like you're 14 years old again or 12? I mean, it's so embarrassing, okay? It is so embarrassing. And I'm sitting there watching it. So, oh, this is what I was going to say. So, it's going to rain. It's starting to get dark and things like that. So, people watch my videos, and because I'm sober, so I've been sober over 29 years. I'm actively involved in a 12-step program. That's how I stay sober. You don't have to stay sober that way. There are a lot of ways to get sober. There are a lot of different programs and ways that people get sober and things like that. Just because I work a 12-step program don't mean that you have to, okay? But I work a 12-step program, which means I work a program of abstinence. So, let's just make that clear, right? Like, I don't smoke the ganj, the weed, and all that kind of stuff. I did back in the day, a lot, and I've talked about it on videos. I love smoking weed, girl. I smoked so much weed. I can remember back in the day when I, came in and I got sober, and these older people in the rooms, this guy's walking by. He is not sure what is going on right now, but I have never seen him walk in my neighborhood right now. And if I was HOA president, I would kindly ask you to leave. But anyway, I can remember when I first got sober, these old guys would say things to me like, I've spilled more alcohol than you drank. I mean, listen, okay? I have smoked so much weed in my life, and I got sober at 22 years old, okay? I used to smoke myself sober on a daily basis, okay? I was stoned sober every single day because I smoked so much weed all day, every week. All day, every day. Can't even say. See, it's still affected my brain all these years later. And so I loved it. I love smoking weed. Never really caused me any consequences in my life. Didn't really cost me a lot of money. I had some problems here because, well, I was the world's worst dealer in the entire world, and so I would get a lot of it, and then I would smoke it. I wouldn't sell it. That's not what you want to do when you're a dealer, right? I'm not anymore. It's been 29 years. I can say that on video. Can I say that? I mean, he can get high and smoke. He can get high in a video, and he can do a makeup review and think it's real funny, and YouTube's okay with that. Can I say that I was a drug dealer 29 years ago, or will YouTube demonetize my video? Because I think that's a learning experience. So you can go from being a drug dealer to a master's educated YouTuber. All in one shot, just like that. No, but really, you can't, And so anyway, but I loved it back in the day. It didn't really cost me a lot of consequences. In fact, I've shared this story a lot. When I went into treatment that last time, okay, my counselor put me on the spot. She said, how much weed do you smoke in a day? We didn't call it weed back then, okay? But she was like, how much pot do you smoke in a day? I said, I'm not here for that. She said, what do you mean? I said, everybody that I know smokes pot. I'm not here for that. I have said how much I smoked in videos, and people to this day say it's impossible. I am telling you that I smoked that much in a day. People are like, why would I lie about it? What do I have to gain by saying that, okay? I obviously promote a lifestyle of abstinence. I obviously promote all that. Why would I over-exaggerate that? Like, people always are like, oh, you say you smoke, there's no possible way. Absolutely, I fucking smoked that all day long. I smoked from the time that I got up. I smoked it all day long. If I had a cigarette lit, I had a joint lit too. And I had a oney, and I had all of it, okay? So let's call it for what it is, all right? It was an addiction, is what it was. And yes, I do believe that you can get addicted to smoking marijuana. I've seen people go through the withdrawal symptoms of rage and not being able to sleep and being angry and all kinds of stuff. When you're a chronic pot smoker, that goes along with it. Okay, but people think because I'm sober, I pass judgment on people that smoke pot. Listen, I know a lot of people in my life that smoke pot. A lot. I know a lot of people that smoke pot recreationally and they have fun with it and things like that. I don't have a problem with that. Hey, listen, if you want to smoke it and smoke it chronically and smoke it from the time that you get up to the time that you go to bed at night, you want to do that, more power to you. If you want to do that and it's not problematic to your life, more power to you. You want to do that and it's problematic to your life, more power to you. I don't really have any deciding factor in that. I ain't going to tell somebody else what to do with their life, okay? I'm not going to tell somebody what substances to use or what substances not to use. Do it, okay? But there's risks that go along with doing it. And I think I'm a prime example of that. I was 22 and a half years old when I got sober. My life was a huge disaster. Smoking weed was part of my story, We talk about marijuana being a gateway drug. I'm not sure I necessarily agree with that. I think that anything that you use first is a gateway drug. And for me, honestly, it was probably nicotine. And then alcohol, and then marijuana. And then everything came after that, okay? So... But what's interesting to me in hearing his story is he said, I always said I was never going to do this, and then I did, right? And he said he did it with his friend, this Alexis Oakley girl. So I love when James Charles just names who the predator protectors are in his video. So her family, she and her family were having Thanksgiving or something like that with James Charles and his family, okay? So now we know the combined factor of who all the predator protectors are. None of them people have any problems with somebody that is talking to a 14 and a 16-year-old, 14 years old. That's eighth grade. Okay? James Charles at 21 years old was having sexual conversations with an 8th grader. That was about the age that I started smoking pot. So does it surprise me that James Charles looks like an 8th grader in this video, getting high, doing makeup, talking about wanting to DoorDash some food? No, that's what 8th graders do when you get high. I don't know about you. When I was getting high by the end, it was all day, every day. It was just part of my life, okay? It wasn't an experience and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, this video is so cringe because it's him like, it's so embarrassing. It's like, it takes me back to that video that he did the first time that he ever got drunk on video or whatever. Which is interesting because in this video, he says, y'all know that I don't drink and whatever. He goes, well, I'm not telling all, he says something about it. I'm like, girl, you drink all the time. We know you do. Quit lying about it, okay? Why are you painting a picture that you don't drink when you drink, okay? We know that. We've seen pictures, okay? You've talked about it in other videos. You talked about being drunk. You were at your lunch. You were drunk. Now you're saying in this video you don't drink? Well, we know you drink, girl. We know you do, okay? You were wasted drunk talking to your dad as he was filming you, okay, about your bussy, girl. Nobody talks to their father unless y'all have some weird-ass relationship. Okay, and I'm going to say that because you put the fucking video out there with your dad standing in the background, you talking about your bussy in a video with your dad standing in the background, okay? I can tell you, I have been out since I was 18 years old. That is no fucking conversation I have ever had with my father. And my father and I have a very open conversation, okay? So you're going to put that video out there in the world, girl, I'm going to comment on it, okay? Your dad is standing behind you. Oh, because they financially benefit greatly off the life of James Charles, right? Your dad is standing behind you and you're all drunk out of the camera, girl. Oh, look at my bussy. Girl, that is embarrassing, okay? Speaking of that TV show, The Swans, you look like a young Truman Capote in that one, all drunk, slobbering over there talking about your bussy. Ain't nobody want to see your bussy, girl. That's why you're dipping into people's DMs. You can't even give it away for free, girl. Not to mention you call it a bussy, okay? I'm telling you right now. I have been married to my husband for over 12 years and with him for 15 years, okay? If that word ever came out, if the word mangina or bussy or any of that bullshit came out of my husband's mouth, I can tell you right now, we'd be having a sit-down conversation, okay? I don't want to be with no man that calls his, you know what, a bussy, okay? Girl, that is dirty, all right? And that's my opinion. I'm allowed to have it. Especially with your parents in the room, girl! No, Tati, no, shit! I have to have that fan. Hold on a second. I cannot do this video without this fan. Girl, you are not a Christian, okay? With your parents, with your father standing behind, oh, mercy. I was so embarrassed watching. I wouldn't even show my father, okay? And my father is so open-minded. I would never even show my father your video, okay? That is embarrassing, girl. Now you're on video getting hot. Oh, girl, I'm so hot. Oh, I'm so hot, girl. I'm so hot. Girl, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing, okay? Listen. Like I was saying, people think that because I'm sober, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to talk about how, you know, he's got this young audience and it's bad role modeling for his young... Listen. It is, okay, let me tell you a story. So, when I was young, I read this book called... Well, I looked it up not too long ago, but anyway, I read some books when I was younger, okay? And they had a lot of drug use in it. And I ain't anybody that... believes in a lot of peer pressure. I just don't, right? But I think if you have the ism in you already, there are things that can set that off. I think I was born with the ism, okay? I'm talking about alcoholism and addiction. I think I was born with it, okay? I think some people, maybe it's learned behavior. I don't know. I can't tell their story. But for me, I can tell you, I had a predisposition for addiction. I was born with it, okay? So when I would read books about it or see movies about it and whatever, I couldn't wait to get my hands on it. And I can remember reading these books about cocaine and this and that. I was crushing Smarties wanting people to think they were cocaine long before I ever did cocaine. And then guess what? I turned into a cocaine addict, right? I was watching stuff about that. So... do I think that James Charles getting high in a video is going to make some 12-year-old get high? No. Do I think that James Charles getting high in a video that a 12 or a 14 or a 16-year-old's watching that's never gotten high before might make them want to get high? I think it might. I think it might be like, oh, I like James Charles and it looks like he's having a lot of fun because he looked like he was having a lot of fun in there. He looked like he was feeling his bussy, girl. He looked like he was having a lot of fun in that video. So yeah, if I was 14 years old, I can kind of like, most of the 16-year-olds that I know today are like, they would not be sitting down there watching a video. So it has to be that's a younger audience. Because I can tell you right now, the 25 and 30-year-old pot smokers that I be watching, they be watching that like, is this his first time getting high? That looks like a 12-year-old getting high. He acts like a 12-year-old. It's embarrassing, okay? So I'm watching this whole thing. So do I think that, a 12 or 14-year-old that could coerce them to make them want to smoke pot? No, not really. I think it'd make it look like it was fun. And they might want to go steal some of mom and dad's pot from their underwear drawer. I mean, that's the truth. Let's just call it for what it is, right? Do I think that might happen? Sure. Do I think that James Charles doing this video is going to turn somebody into an addict? No, I don't. Okay? Do I think that it is poor role modeling for his younger audience? Yes. I think that you get to decide what you put out there in the world. Do I think he's responsible and he's going to make somebody a drug addict? No. And I never thought that about Tana Mojo back in the day either. I just thought it was bad role modeling. You have a younger audience. Why would you not want to uplift them and inspire them, okay? This video does nothing to uplift and inspire that younger audience other than show them an example of smoking pot that could be fun. And trust me, I had a lot of fun smoking pot. I did, okay? I had a lot of fun smoking pot. But it was extremely expensive, and it was part of my story that took me down to the end, and that's just my story. I know people that smoke pot today, and they're completely successful and fine. I know people that were worth millions of dollars and happy marriages and whatever, and kids are off in college, and I know a lot of people like that smoke pot recreationally. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with people that want to smoke pot, And actually, as a person in recovery, I'm for the decriminalization of marijuana because I think that what we're going to see, this is a whole other conversation, okay? But, anyway, kids that are 10 to 12 years old are selling their Adderall and buying pot because they feel more relaxed and it helps them focus more, okay? So in 20 years from now, we're going to see Marinol or pill-formed marijuana used to treat certain issues like ADHD. It's been proven, right? Why are we having mothers go to prison for failed drug screens for marijuana and their kids are being raised in foster care systems, okay, because of marijuana? We need to decriminalize marijuana. It needs to it needs to be done, okay? Like, let it lie on that person, all right? That's where I feel about it. No, I don't feel the same way about cocaine and heroin and opioids and all that kind of stuff. No, I don't, okay? But at the end of the day, like with marijuana and alcohol, it's like, okay, there are people out there that can use those substances and be successful. I don't know that many people, in all honesty, that are shooting dope. And I know some, and I've known quite a few in my life that are that successful. I just don't. Okay, so that's a completely different story. So let's not just say that a drug is a drug is a drug. I mean, I believe that for me, I believe as an addict that a drug is a drug is a drug. If I start smoking weed tomorrow, I can tell you the way that my mind is and the mental craving and the obsession that I have in my mind, the physical craving and the mental obsession, I can tell you right now what's going to happen is I'm going to take one hit off a joint. At 29 years sober, I'll take one hit off a joint and this is where my mind will go. Well, you've never had a Xanax. Well, you've never had this. Well, you used to love to drink that. I mean, that's where it's gonna go instantly. But I'm an addict, okay? And I think it takes a lot for somebody to become a learned addict. I think it almost really has to happen medically, where people are medically prescribed medication over a long period of time, pain medication for back problems and things like that, where they become medically addicts, okay? I don't think just watching somebody smoke pot or listening to some music where they're talking about it, and you go, oh, I think that would be fun, and then you watch a James Charles video and you start smoking pot, and then you become a pot addict. No, I don't think that happens. I don't buy that. Do I think it's a bad look for James Charles? Yeah, girl. I think you know who your audience is. Why would you not want to do a video called something like turn your skills and your talents into a career, or, whatever. Like, let me show you how you can take a ring light and with smoke and mirrors, fake your way into a career like mine and buy your parents a home. I think that would be a great video. James Charles talks on here about how he has a dream that he's on RuPaul's Drag Race and he's on Snatch Game and he does Minnie Mouse. I'm like, oh, that's funny because I had a dream too. I had a dream that you were held accountable for your actions. Some dreams don't come true, James. They just don't. But I had that dream. Oh, but you held yourself accountable, but then you took that video down. And people like Alexis Oakley and her family and your family and all your Predator Protector friends out there, okay, they don't care. They don't care that you were having conversations that were of the sexual manner with an 8th grader, okay? Now, I don't know about you, and James Charles wants to talk about how he was talking to these people, and that as soon as he knew their age, that he knew that they were under the age of 18. I have been so tempted so many times to just Google search 8th grader and 18-year-old and throw up those pictures side by side, that we want to even for 1 second speculate that James Charles didn't know the difference between a fucking 8th grader and an 18-year-old, okay, at 21 years old. But he knew and was smart enough to fake his way, okay, with a ring light to get on the fucking Ellen DeGeneres show. But we think he's so stupid that he didn't know how to look at somebody's profile that was an 8th grader. Not to mention, how do 8th graders talk? Most 8th graders that I've ever met in my entire life that were kids of friends of mine, they weren't really that mature, okay? They weren't talking like 18 and 20-year-olds, right? So that's bullshit, okay? And the fact that he even has a career today, I don't know why we're fucking talking about James Charles getting high on a video. That don't surprise me, okay? That don't surprise me in the least. What surprises me is that he even has videos to film, that he even has a channel to put them on, that he even has a platform, and he's got people like Alexis Oakley and all these other people around him. And yes, I am going to call her out because he put her name in the video, okay? Alexis, if you're upset with me or anybody else for calling you out as being a predator protector, then you can blame your friend James Charles that you got pictures up all over your Instagram, because yes, girl, I did look, okay? And you're riding side saddle with him on a jet ski in Missouri. No, girl, I can tell you right now, I don't want to get that close to James Charles. I don't want him in my life because I don't condone the actions of his behaviors. But apparently you do, girl. Okay, apparently James Charles being a huge makeup artist and you being an up-and-coming makeup artist is really beneficial to you. So you can condone the fact that James Charles was having conversations with an 8th grader, just like all the other people out there that condone him, like Manny MUA, Daniel Prada, Laura Lee, Michaela Noguera, all these other people. They can condone it because it helps their careers, right? So why the fuck are we talking about James Charles smoking pot in the video? It really doesn't matter, okay? I can tell you what right now, I am less concerned with James Charles affecting his younger audience by smoking pot than I am about the minimum two victims that he affected and traumatized for life by his conversations that he was having with them when they were 14 and 16 years old. That's what I think about it, okay? I don't really give a rat's ass if he wants to smoke pot on every video. I don't really care, okay? His videos bore a snake anyway. That's why he's grasping at straws to these videos where it shows like he's growing up. Yeah, that's why he's hanging out with people that are a lot younger than him, okay? And smoking pot, sitting outside. He's like, I took 5 hits off this joint. And I was like, it's not hit. I mean, when you listen to this story of like, I wasn't high, and then all of a sudden it hit me. Isn't that everybody's story the first time you get high? Girl, I feel like I've heard that story 900 times in my life. It's literally, I mean, it's the script of Dazed and Confused. Girl, did you ever see that movie? Oh no, because you weren't born yet when Dazed and Confused came out, right? And sure as hell your victims weren't. Anyway, I don't care about James Charles getting high in no video. I really don't. I don't care about his launches. I don't care about that fucking song that he sang. I think it sucks anyway, okay? But what I will tell you about it that I care about is the fact that he was having conversations with an 8th grader, okay? I think that's pretty sick. I think that's sicker than any kind of joint that he wants to smoke. And if I was James Charles, and thank God I'm not, I'd probably be high as the pines too, okay? Because to get out of that mind that's so fucked up, that's where I'd be. You want my opinion? There's my opinion. Moosegate 2024 coming for you. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.